Fuck it up with every unwed mother, motherfucker. Keep fucking up the music.
Decorated skirt. Right.
Antinomianism in America has functioned as a criminal and heretical specter haunting the American colonial project from the beginning. This specter finds its concrete objects in the racialized, feminized, and sexualized bodies of American outcasts. Antinomianism is the perennial threat, always in the background waiting to unleash its chaos. Cotton Mather, patriarch, author of Magnalia Christi Americana. It's not easy to relate how many monsters, worse than African, are in these regions in America. The world is a dangerous place, monsters everywhere. The forest is the wilderness. The evocation of a racialized substrate of hidden monsters is also feminized in the bodies of antinomian women like Mary Dyer and Anne Hutchinson, both women accused of seducing the faithful with their heretical teachings. The antinomian faction of New England led by Hutchinson and the radical Quakerism of Dyer is described by Mather as a flood sent to devour the colony. Antinomianism as the liquidation of order, swept back to the sea.
America, a massive epistemological, ecological, and genocidal upheaval of life and the earth itself. American exceptionalism, born in violence, sustained as war. American nomos, the measure of measure, the map, the national covenant, order, law, election, the new world. What's left at the end of the American century?
Incarnate themselves. Incarnate themselves in the heads of their horses rolling.
Mrs. Hutchinson, you are called here as one of those who have troubled the peace of the Commonwealth and the churches. You are known to be a woman whose opinions have caused much trouble.
I am called here to answer before you, but I hear no things laid to my charge. Name one.
Why, for your doings. You harbor and countenance those that are enemies of the state. You have spoken lies against the magistrates and the ministers. You are not tolerable nor comely in the sight of God nor fitting for your sex. We are here so that we may reduce you.
What law do I transgress?
The law of God and the law of state. You have joined with them in the faction. You have counseled them.
The state is the opposite of love. I honor these as children of God.
We do not mean to discourse with those of your sex, but only this. You have joined with them and plan to further this terror. You dishonor us. You threaten everyone.
I acknowledge no such thing.
Antinomianism is against the world as it is currently ordered, not just by law, but also politics, religion, economy, language, and institutions. What is the world? It is not the earth. It is not reality. The world is an ordering principle. The world is a distinction. There is the side of the world, and there is the other side. Many refer to the other side as nothing. Some call it environment. Others call it God. Whatever names are conjured, antinomianism is what happens when the other side is taken as the path of a truth irreducible to the world. Being against the world is a gnosis.
Before political theory, people have no property. The law holds gibberish off. What is owed to the fire? We destroy all that is said. You heard the sound of words, but you saw no form. We flicker and flame and vanish into air. We devour cities and riot through our own dark forests.
In its most prominent American expressions, antinomianism is about grace, demurral as a covenant of grace. While many of the most famous examples of antinomianism link grace to an expression of Christian salvation that refuses the Mosaic law as a stipulation of eternal justification, we position grace as the line between nomos and its outside. Antinomianism is both within and against the law. It is an opening out of the world within the world, out of its game of salvation, into the wilderness.
The freedom of the holy mad to smear and play with her madness, write with her fingers dipped in it, the length of a room. The fear of man is a snare. Why should I be afraid?
God has given us the law by which we know him. He reveals himself and thereby reveals your error.
The hidden God is absolute power, fearfulness, and mystery, an unchained force, an incalculable essence.
Without the law, there is no order. No life will be safe, no property secure, no honor observed.
Behind your panorama of the world, behind your police and your jail, behind your covenant, looms a God about whom you know nothing. You think he is on your side now, but one day he will strike without warning and scatter this world into bits.
The Pequot War was the first major war of the Puritan era and coincided with the Antinomian controversy of 1637. Prosecuted on the fear that the native populations posed an existential threat to the security of the English settlements, the war marked a key moment for colonial expansion in New England just as the Antinomian controversy marked a key moment for the New England orthodoxy. Both the project of colonial expansion and the prosecution of heresy depended on fantasies of persecution and on building an edifice of war. Both depended on severe violence against women.
At your place, Martin's right. Trust in the Lord and wait until you can make every shot count. Filthy, painted heathens, consume them, Lord, as thou didst thine enemies in the days of Jeremiah.
If it is true that so many power relationships have been developed, so many systems of control, so many forms of surveillance, it is precisely because power was always impotent.
Anne Hutchinson was banished from Massachusetts Bay Colony for her theology of radical grace. During her trial, she was pregnant, and months later she gave birth to a stillborn child. For her judges, the proof of her wickedness was manifest in the stillborn fetus, which was said to be divided into 30 demonic forms, described by Mather and John Winthrop as monstrous births. Winthrop's research into the matter reveals a direct relation between the precise number of monstrous opinions and the multiple grotesque offspring Hutchinson produced. As about 30 opinions, so many monsters.
God Almighty has disposed of the condition of mankind as in old times. Some must be rich, some poor, some high and eminent in power and dignity, others low and in subjection.
Give me Christ. I seek not for graces, but for Christ. I seek not for promises, but for Christ. I seek not for sanctification, but for Christ. Tell me not of meditation and duties, but tell me of Christ.
Work, word, and then Christ.
Only Christ.
Your soul is in danger.
The spirit that God gives man is returned to God, but not the soul. The soul dies.
She thinks that the soul is annihilated by the judgment that was sentenced upon Adam. Her error springs from her mistaking of the curse of God upon Adam, for the curse doth not imply annihilation of the soul and body, but only a dissolution of the soul and body.
I think the soul to be nothing but light. Freedom is not a place. Injustice is an experience of the impossible. I move in the silent breath of every utterance, not in language, but in the unmaking of language. Keep fucking up the music. The enclosure is the political theory. Her demurral was a covenant of grace. In and out of the frame, a movement of escape, the stealth of the stolen that will break every closure.
I am in the hands of God. No longer do I recognize any mortal man as my authority. I shall be delivered.
You said that we are not able ministers of the gospel.
I shall give you the ground of what I know to be true. I am transparent. I am nothing. I am spirit. I discern between the voice of mammon and the voice of God. I commit myself to the Lord.
How do you know it's the voice of God?
There are those of an alternative membership, a demos, a power, always to come. The riot on the threshold of all order, by turns. Proceeds, Pequot, Wampanoag. It transcends, Anne Hutchinson, Mary Dyer. It resists, Benjamin Lay, Harriet Jacobs, Nat Turner. It sings, Abby Lincoln, Albert Ayler, Antinomos.
Mrs. Hutchinson, the sentence of the court you hear is that you are banished from out of our jurisdiction as being a woman who is not fit for our society. You are to be imprisoned till the court shall send you away.
I desire to know wherefore I am banished.
Say no more. The court knows wherefore and is satisfied.